Good evening, everybody, and welcome back to the show. Trevor, what's going on? Darthwing, how are you doing, buddy? Guys, we're back with another amazing deal. Hey, today's show, we got some great deals, but we got some brand new products as well that we're going to be showcasing today. So we do have a couple of those beautiful brand new products to show you guys for this show today. Now, with that, we're going to start this off with like the 240D. Then we're going to show you guys that new product. And then we have another new product later on in the show. We have a good show lined up. Great products and deals to be had for everybody. Honestly, these amazing products are a bunch of cool stuff. I don't know if anybody's been paying attention to the CES drops from Jackery, but man, they are dropping some bombshells, of course, for that. I mean, honestly, they dropped some beautiful products from, of course, that gazebo that has, of course, all that beautiful solar panels on it to the product that we're going to be showing you guys in a minute. First up, we're going to show you guys the 240D. This is a nice little 256 watt-hour power device, 80,000 milliamps of LiFePO4 cells for $138.99 today. But it is a small little powerhouse that's going to work out well for you guys, and it's going to do it nicely. Now, this is, of course, that beautiful little power station right here. This is an amazing 240D. Now, the 240D, of course, has multiple points of connections and, of course, that beautiful display. It's got a carrying handle that allows you to carry it around like, of course, a mobile boombox or a lantern if you want to. That, of course, carrying case is, of course, a USB-C to USB-C cable. It's going to allow for 140 watts of charging to go through it. Now, you do have a bi-directional 140 watt USB-C port that's going to allow you to, of course, charge this device or charge other devices off of it. You're going to have the 12 volt 10 amp DC plug sitting next to it, or you're going to have actually that beautiful, it's 28 volts technically all the way up to, but you guys have that plug there. You're going to have a 100 watt USB-C port. You're going to have a 15 watt USB-C port and a 15 watt USB-A port. Under 2 hours, fully charged, guys, whether it be the USB-C port, solar panels, or other devices, it's going to have a nice quick charge for you. Should allow you to, of course, run, let's say, like a Starlink Mini for like 9 hours off of this. What's up, Sheila? How are you doing? Now, with it, of course, you guys can do a lot more than that. Honestly, this thing is a powerhouse. It can do 15 cell phone charges, 3 laptop charges, 16, of course, Bluetooth speaker charges. It's your quick charge time. I mean, if you're using the USB-C to, of course, wall charging through that USB-C, you're under 2.5 hours with this, which I love. If you have the 100 watt solar panel, a little over 2.5 hours is going to be your charge time for that. Now, you'll have about a 4-hour charge time if you're using, of course, the DC plug to your cigarette lighter in your car. But it's a nice portable and accessible little device that actually is at a phenomenal price point today, guys. $139 is where you're going to be spending a little over $138.99. But hey, we're going to round it up for you on this show. LiFePO4 cells with Therm Duro technology, which means we guys can use it in -4 degree weather up to about 113 degrees with this as well. I love the connectability, usability with this. It's been a year already, buddy. It's been a year already. Guys, this is a cool one. I love it. Nice, portable, nice and mini. Phenomenally well done. Comes with that cabling. It's going to allow you to connect up to and travel and use those quick usages. Again, always has that 5-year warranty, which is great. You guys could do GoPro cameras. You guys could do your DJI cameras and all of those other pieces as long as the DJI allows your as long as the government allows your drones to fly here. So I'm just going to go there with that one. Now, of course, fast, reliable, accessible, guys. This is actually a beautiful one. This is actually one of those Amazon Choice products that's become a really top seller, which I love. I believe there's over 20,000 reviews on Amazon alone for this product, which is crazy to see how fast this took off. Guys, this is nice, portable, accessible, perfectly well done for all of those little products, which I love. Now, I'm going to ask Sheila or Phil, can you go over to the Jackery side and see if the show looks okay for you guys? I'm seeing some glitches, but it could just be me. Now, we're going to move on from that to, of course, their brand new released product. I don't know how hard it was for me not to tell anybody I had this product for the last month, but man, this power station is going to take off like a storm. And I'm going to tell you guys that for a reason. This power station is going to do really, really well for a lot of you that need something of this styling. Now, we're going to move over to, of course, the table. We're going to move over that table, and we're going to talk about that one right there. Now, this, of course, is that beautiful new power station, the 1500 Ultra. Now, you guys are going to notice something a little bit different about this station. Everything is covered. There is, of course, coverings on this. Now, what I'm going to tell you about the 1500 Ultra is 1536 watt hours of power with an IP65 rating. This can actually get wet. This power station can get wet. It actually has a fan system on the bottom. You guys can take the base off of the bottom and you can wash it with a hose if you need to wash the base off. It's got a metal fan in there with, of course, cooling technologies that can be washed. Now, with the IP65 rating, that's not meaning go and throw it in the lake, all right? That means, hey, it starts sprinkling, it can get slightly wet. And that means, you know, and all of those other cool pieces with this. Now, they actually have it on sale for you guys already. 31% off for you guys, and it just released yesterday. Now, with that being said, 31% off. It is $899 for this, and you're going to get a waterproof power station. LifePo 4 cells. Now, with this, I do need to get up and kind of show you guys some of the ports on the front with this. Now, what you come to expect from Jackery is it still has and does accept the app control, so you guys can control it from the app. On the front, you're going to have USB-C ports, USB-A ports, AC outlets. You're going to have a 12-volt 10-amp cigarette lighter plug. So if I come over here and I rip this cover up there, you guys will see the 12-volt 10-amp cigarette lighter cover for you. Make sure when you're not using it that these rubberized plugs are back over the devices to protect it a little bit more. These are splash guards. On this opposite side, you're going to have a 30-watt USB-C port, 100-watt USB-C port, and, of course, that beautiful 18-watt USB-A port under this rubberized port. Again, amazingly well done with it. You guys, the rubberized plugs go easily on there. Underneath this side on the front is where you're going to find the wall plug capabilities to charge it. So you have the wall plug on the front. You're also going to have your DC plugs for your solar panels and all of the other stuff. So you have those ports right here on the front. Now, this is going to, of course, the 8020 DC plugs, and then you're going to have the 120 wall plug for this. There's another plug over here, guys. This plug right here is your 3 AC outlets. Now, these 3 AC outlets do 1800 watts of pure sine wave power through those ports. If you need to go above and beyond it, you guys can do that with, of course, the way they do with the surge power. You're going to notice the Jackery logo is a little bit different. It's not bright orange. It's actually reflective chrome, but it is a badged styling with, of course, on. Still has the, of course, handle with this. Now, it does a few more things than what I just said. First and foremost, guys, fully charged in under 2 hours. So you have an hour and a half charge time on the wall plug with this. So an hour and a half charge time on a wall plug. If you had 800 watts of solar panels, guys, you're going to have a 2.5 hour charge time. 2.5 hours. That's actually a quick charge for a device of this size. 10-year lifespan, LifePo 4 cells, of course, has all that beautiful ThermDuro technologies and everything is in between. It only weighs approximately 38 pounds. Now, yes, 38 pounds is a little bit more, but it's got a metal base in it. It's got, of course, some other protections. 3,600 watts peaks for the, if you need to, on hand. Now, with it, we're going to go into this and we're going to talk about it. If you only had 400 watts of solar panels, it's going to be about a little over 4.5 hours. If you had 200 watts of solar panels, you're going to have a 9-hour charge time with this. It's the IP65 rating. That means you guys have dust proof, waterproof, and it's also level 9 seismic shock proof. So it's got a higher shock rating than some of the others that they've actually created. So if you actually bang it around, it is even more protected than some of the others with that. So you have that 1 meter drop resistance. 1 meter of drop resistance. It's beautiful. And of course, you guys have that very quick 20 milliseconds, of course, switch over if you guys need to do it as a switch over. That's the waterproof rating that they added to this, which is crazy. Now, if I can get some time and get it outside, we're going to throw it out in the snow. We're going to set it in a snowbank. We're going to see what it can do. I just haven't had time to get there, but we're going to do that. Now, it can operate anywhere from like 5 degrees to about 113 degrees with this, which is perfect. Now, it's very, very reliable for you guys. Multiple points of charging and capabilities. You have that thermal management, guys. So they say about 5 degrees to 113 degrees is what you're going to be with this one. But it's got airflow, so you guys have the airflow to keep it nice and cool because it is, of course, more encapsulated than any of the others. Doesn't have the open air style on the side, so it has to have cooling fan technology. So it's got, of course, that cooling base, which is going to be more like your heat sink on your CPU of your computer, and it has everything else in between with this. Now, you should be able to, I'm going to say a 77 watt drone, 16 charges, 9 watt camera battery, maybe 68 batteries with that one. You guys can run a 40 watt blanket for this for about 48 hours if you needed to. 10 watt Bluetooth speaker, 100 hours of runtime, guys. Maybe a movie projector. Movie projector will get you anywhere from 12 to 14 hours. You know, those are usually about 100 watts of draw. I'm going to say over 50 to 60 hours with the 5 watt light bulb. And that's actually cool with this one. Yeah, I don't have no internet issues, so my internet's great. I have no drop issues. I think it's on Amazon side. It's not. Or it could be that we're going to too many channels. Now with the Starlink Mini, you guys can do over 50 hours with the Starlink Mini. Maybe you guys want to run a fish finder. 12 hours with the fish finder if you need to. And that's the cool piece with this. So you guys can do, let's say, 3 hours with an angle grinder. You guys can do handheld drills. You guys can do walkie-talkies. It's the capability of everything that you want to do as you want to do it. I love that. Now, the IP65 rating, and I'm going to tell you guys this, the IP65 rating is with the lids closed. So that means with all of the ports closed, that's going to be your rating for that. So if you guys are trying to, let's say, I'm going to kind of say, if you guys are trying to, run it in the rain with, of course, the guards, have the guards like slightly over it. Don't allow the guards to come off all the way because you don't want the water to get up in the ports. So that's where your IP65 rating is rated with this one. Lots and lots of connectabilities, guys, with this, which is actually kind of cool. I love the capabilities on this. It is phenomenal. It's going to do very, very well for a lot of you guys. I just love what they're going with. And, of course, this is that newest addition for you guys. So you guys have some of that newer technology. I guarantee this is going to be a pretty big hit at CES. Charlotte, thank you for the follow. I can't wait to see how many, how many awards or how many people rave about this, because, I mean, finding a power station that has a nice rating like this, I don't see it a lot. So, any questions about the 1500 Ultra at that $900 price tag? And $900, that's a decent price tag. It's going to be normally $1,300. So for them to throw a sale already on a new release product, I love that they did that. All right, so I will tell you guys the 1500 Ultra does come with the wall charging cable. So you guys are going to be able to charge it off the wall cable. If you already had solar panels, guys, go ahead and connect up the solar panels to it and enjoy your time with it. I mean, it's going to work really, really well for you guys. Now, we're going to zoom this down. We're going to come down to the table. We're going to talk about the 1000 V2 for $398. This is going to be a 50% sale today on this one. Now, the 1000 V2 is 1,070 watt hours of power, but it's got, of course, only a 24-pound weight to it. So at 24 pounds, it is very portable, very accessible, and can be taken pretty much wherever you want to go. I'm going to take a sip of water while I do this. All right. With this, you're going to have about a 2-hour standard quick charge time if you want to. Activate the emergency situation charging. 1 hour charge time is where you're going to be at with this. Now, if you had, let's say, two 200 watt solar panels, you're going to have about a 2.5 hour charge time on that on hand. With it, you're going to have a 30 watt USB-C port, 100 watt USB-C port, and you're going to have that beautiful 18 watt USB-A port. Above that, 12 volt 10 amp plug. On the opposite side, a 3-mode flashlight, and down below, 3 AC outlets that do 1500 watts of pure sine wave power. Can peak at, of course, 3000. With the amount of power inside this device, you can run a Starlink Mini, of course, for about 29 plus hours. You guys can do 20 drone batteries, 14 laptop charges. Maybe, if you really wanted to, you guys could run a heated blanket for over 12 hours. Or, of course, 10 hours with that flat screen TV. Now, of course, that 20 milliseconds, a quick switch over, and a beautiful price tag at $398.99 from its normal $800 price tag. The 1000 V2 might be a great option for you. Now, 24 pounds, you guys can take it wherever you really want to. You guys can also get the 1000 V2 and, of course, a 200 watt solar panel for $599, which is a great price tag to be had. So if you guys are looking for something like that, definitely check that out. You guys can also get the 1000 V2 with two 100 watt solar panels, of course, again, for $599. Now, $599 is a great price tag. It's going to be very well done. It's going to give you guys a decent charge time, but you're going to have that bifacial charging. Any questions about the 1000 V2? Go ahead and ask. Now, yes, I'm kind of pushing through on certain things a little bit. We have some product to get through today. Just going to go there. Yeah, Sheila, that thing is going to be very, very amazing. I love that they finally made something that's waterproof. I can actually take it outside. I don't have to worry about, like, I'm camping. And, I splash some water on it. I don't have to worry about, it being outside next to, let's say we're outside on the backyard and the kids are playing around the pool and I'm using it to, of course, run a Bluetooth speaker. Waterproof, water resistant. I love it. It's going to work really, really well. Now, we're also going to talk about, of course, the Mini 300, guys. This is the 300 power station, the old school one. This is going to be more of the original style of power station, but it's going to do well for you guys. Now, this is a 7.1 pound power station with 293 watt hours of power that can be fully charged in about 3.5 hours. With this device, you're going to have two AC outlets that's going to do 300 watts of pure sine wave power, can peak at 500 for those that need that little extra oomph. Now, you're going to have a 12 volt 10 amp cigarette lighter plug. You're going to have a wall plug connector. Now, the wall plug connector is going to be a DC 7909 adapter port. You're going to be plugging into that if it's a solar panel, wall plug charging, or, of course, a cigarette lighter adapter. Beside that's going to be two USB-A ports and a USB-C 60 watt bi-directional port. Now, if you use the USB-C and a wall plug on this 300, you're going to have, of course, a 2-hour charge time on hand. What could I run with this? You guys could run a Nintendo Switch for over 40 hours if you really wanted to. You guys can do 15 to 16 camera batteries, maybe 6 to 7 drone batteries. You guys can do, of course, your TVs. You guys can get about 3.5 to 4 hours with a flat screen TV, maybe 4.5 hours, depending on your TV. Yeah, I'm going to say maybe 17 cell phone charges, depending on the phone. 5.5 drone batteries. You guys could do, of course, mini coolers and everything else in between. It's the price tag. Again, $179. It's actually $178.99. I'm just going to say $179. At $179, guys, it is a phenomenal, phenomenal price. What I can tell you though is, if you guys spend over $1,000 in products today, you guys can use that January 5% discount code. We have that discount code for you guys, 2026 JANU. You guys can get an extra 5% off of that. If you want to get the 300 with, of course, a solar panel, you guys can do that. That is an option. For $319, you guys can get, of course, that beautiful 300 and 100 watt solar panel and have fun with it. So the capabilities are there, and of course the usability is endless. Now we're going to keep moving over, and we're going to jump to, of course, this messed up camera, and we're going to talk about that station right there. This is the Jackery Explorer 2000 V2. Now the Jackery Explorer 2000 V2, like most of their other devices, can be used with, of course, an app. And with that app, guys, you guys can, of course, let's see here. Let me grab, of course, the app. It's going to make me log in today. It's just one of them things. But I'm going to turn the flashlight on by the app. So that's the cool part with the app. I can come over here. I can turn the flashlight on. The flashlight's up there. It's running. It's perfectly set. I can, of course, go into different modes with that flashlight. Or if I want to, I can hit SOS pattern on hand. I can turn the display on. So if I want to see what the battery percentage, it's about 47%. James needs to charge some of these stations, of course, including that new one. But James doesn't want to pay his electric bill this time. Does anybody understand that one? So with the guys, app control, you're going to have 2,042 watt hours of power with that, guys. And it's going to do it very, very well for you. And that's the best part about this. So you guys can actually set it up, run it, and you guys can do everything else in between. Rusty, what's up, my friend? How are you doing, buddy? I did see you are watching. Now, 2,042 watt hours of power that can be fully charged in a 2-hour charge time. 2 hours of timing. You guys can actually do that, have it running, and of course, be with that. What's up, buddy? Your message just popped through. So 2-hour charge time. Again, like the 1000 V2, if you go into the app control, like most of these stations, you guys can switch on emergency situation charging. By activating the emergency situation charging, you guys can get a 1-hour charge rate. Robert, hello, welcome to the stream. Now, emergency situation charging, I'm going to say it here, and I'm going to say it, of course, for all of you. Use it sparingly. It's not meant to be like, let's use it every charge we have. If you do that by using it every charge you have, it's going to, of course, drop the first 100% of the battery down. And it's going to drop it quicker. So like most LiFePO4 cells or lithium cells, you're going to have 100% charge off a brand new battery for maybe the first 4,000 to 6,000 charge cycles. It's going to give most people about 10 years at 100% battery. After that, you guys will have about a 70% battery cap. So that means you're going to be missing, of course, that little top percent of the battery, but you're still going to have a decent amount of battery to last you a long lifespan. It's the same thing as the lithium batteries I use in my car. So you guys can do that, and it will work out well for you guys. Now, with this device, you're going to have the 3-watt port, the 100-watt USB-C port. You're also going to have the 18-watt USB-A port. Now, I'm using the 100-watt port tonight to run two of my lights over here, so we have those running. We also have another 100-watt port on another power station running my wireless camera, and we're running, of course, a couple other lights over here. You're going to have a 12-volt 10-amp plug. Now, most people probably don't use the 12-volt 10-amp plug to a point. There are still people that use the old school air mattresses, or they use the adapters to add more USB-C ports like they do in your car in your cigarette lighter adapter. That's where that's going to be more geared towards. Kind of like your single piston air compressed airbrushes. So if you guys are airbrushers and you guys want to paint on your car, your skateboards, your bicycles, your murals, this can run that single piston through that 12 volt 10 amp plug without an issue. So you guys can actually do that. The flashlight, like I said, 3 modes of lighting, 12 little 2-inch digital display, and then you're going to have the 3 AC outlets. Your 3 AC outlets are going to be geared at about 2200 watts of pure sine wave. Now, most people don't understand the pure sine wave part. The pure sine wave means I can plug my computer into this device, run it at pure sine wave, and I don't have to worry about like a wave or a roller coaster of power spikes. Even at the surge of 4400, it's going to be a little bit of a roller coaster, but not too much through the systems, because they did create a battery management system inside these devices. By adding the battery management systems that are in there, you guys are going to have, of course, protections that some of the other stuff may not have with that. Now, the battery capacity on this one should allow you to run, let's say, like a 100 watt to 200 watt refrigerator for about 20 hours without a problem. You guys could run a coffee makers. You guys could run a 5 watt light bulb. 5 watt light bulb is going to be about a 64 to 65 hour runtime. If you really wanted to push the limits, and I did it, we ran my gaming computer off of this. We did a whole stream off of it, and we did a 2-hour stream without a problem. Now, for some of you, you're not going to be sitting there, and you're not going to, of course, plug in your 50 series graphics cards. You're not going to plug in your 1400 watt power supplies and get a multiple day runtime. It's just not going to happen. But it will do well for you guys, and it only weighs about 39 pounds. $749 will be the price tag for that. You guys can get it, of course, with 2 of the 200 watt solar panels for about $2,500. Now, the solar panel deal, I'm going to tell you, you're going to have to use the clippable coupon. There's a clippable coupon that will drop it off about 44% for you. So $2,500 price tag disappears. You use the 44% discount. And, of course, then you guys can use that 5% discount that we have for you for watching the show live. Now, if you guys noticed, I got something in my eye, and it is actually irritating me. Now, we're going to move over. We're going to show you guys a little bit bigger of a power station, and then we're going to go into a phenomenal power station on top of that. We're going to move our camera. We're going to move it over to the table. We're going to talk about the 3000. Now, the Jackery Explorer 3000 is another newer product. This is, of course, going to do very, very well for those of you that need to power larger devices for longer periods of time. You're going to have 3,072 watt hours of power on this device. It's going to weigh a little over 59 pounds, I believe it is. So almost 60 pounds of weight with this one. It is smaller than, of course, some of the others, including the 3000 Pro that was out there. So this is the new 3000, took over for that. You're going to have 5 AC outlets on this. So you're going to have 4 standard AC outlets. That's going to do 3,600 watts of pure sine wave power. Can peak at 7,200. You're then going to have that TT30R NEMA style plug for the motorhome users, the toy haulers, the RV people. That NEMA plug is going to allow you to connect up to and run your power devices off of that. 2 100 watt USB-C ports, 2 18 watt USB-A ports, 12 volt 10 amp plug, and of course the capability to have it fully charged in under 2.25 hours. Now 2.25 hours is actually a decent charge time. If you're using, let's say, 400 watts of solar panels, it's going to be about 11-hour charge time for you with that one. But it will do it quick. If you guys use solar and wall plug charging together, a little under 2 hours will be your charge time, because you can, of course, up that to approximately 2,500 watts of charging compared to the 1,800 watts of just wall charging capabilities. Over 60 hours with the house fan, 9 to 10 days with the 5 watt light bulb, about 2 days with your 100 watt to 200 watt refrigerators. maybe 66 to plus hours with a Wi-Fi router if you needed to. Now with this again, still 20 milliseconds of switch over, so you have a nice quick switch over, and it's going to do it well. The capabilities of this one is actually beautiful. It's about $1,098 today, 56% saving for that. So if you guys really need to, you guys got it covered. Now, if you want to get it with solar panels, you guys have that option as well to get it with solar panels. Now, the solar panels are, of course, doing very, very beautiful things for this. So you guys can get it for $1,800. It's going to come with 2 of the 200-watt solar panels, and you're going to save a few bucks with that. It's a great option. It's a 40% savings, but phenomenal station. Now, for the station, I know my buddy Rusty is actually waiting for. He's waiting to see, of course, this bad boy down here on the ground. I'm going to move it forward. We're going to bring it out there, and we're going to talk about the 3600 Plus. The 3600 Plus is on sale today. It's a $1,600 price tag, normally $2,800. So you're going to have a 43% savings. You guys can use that 5% discount code, save another 5% with this. Now, easily movable. If you guys can see, I can tip it, just roll it, bring it forward, and we have an amazing station on hand. Has this beautiful handle. This handle is leveraged perfectly well to allow you to roll it around. It also has other handles, so if you guys need to manhandle it, pick it up, put it in the back of your truck, put it on a shelf or something else, it's got handles still, so that's kind of cool. Now, I'm going to drop it down. We're going to come to the front panel of this device. I'm going to tell you, though, this one weighs a little bit. It's going to weigh about 70 plus pounds, guys. So this one weighs quite a bit. It's not the lighter of the stations, but it is a larger station to be had. Like the last one, you're going to have 5 AC outlets on the front. 4 of those are going to do 3,600 watts of pure sine wave power, can peak at 7,200. The 5th, again, is that NEMA style plug. Now, for those of you that don't have the TTR30, you guys can get a TTR30 adapter, and you guys can connect that TTR30 adapter into this and then run your other style cables. So for the people that are trying to run a welding machine, you guys can get the adapter to run that. Or you guys can connect it up to, of course, your circuit breaker box with the manual transfer station on your electric systems. With it, you guys have, of course, the 5 AC outlets. Then you're going to have the 2 USB-C 100-watt ports. And then the 2 18-watt USB-C 100-watt ports. 3-inch display that is bright high-vis. And still works with, of course, app control. Now, with the app control, I can see generation and consumption of solar. I can see generation and consumption of course, of the electric grid. Now, that's actually amazingly well done that we can actually see all of that capabilities on hand. Anna, thank you for the follow. I appreciate that. Now, there are more capabilities with this device because you guys can add batteries, and you can add up to 5 batteries with this system. By adding 5 batteries, you'll have about 21.5 kilowatts of power. Now, 21.5 kilowatts of power is a decent amount of power. The system by itself is 3,584, so 3,584 watt hours of power by itself. Adding 5 batteries, you guys are going to have that 21.5 kilowatts. Now, you could technically link it with the second one of these systems. You can add 10 batteries total and have 43 kilowatts of power. So very, very expandable with this system. Now, it is not only there because if we flip it over to the side, you have more connectabilities with this. So you're going to have at the bottom your wall plug charging capabilities. Above that's going to be your 2 80/20 adapters for your 100-watt, 200-watt, or 500-watt solar panels. Now, I'm going to gear you guys towards like the 200-watt or the 500-watt. Of course, Jackery just created that new tile system that's going to go on the roof of your houses, if you guys haven't seen that, which is crazy. But they have the options. Your charging capabilities, guys, with this one is going to be about a 2.5-hour charge time on a wall plug, which I just love. I mean, I love that 2.5-hour charge time. Now, capabilities, you guys can have the DC expansion port. So the DC expansion port will allow you to link up to those extra batteries. Above that is going to be your AC expansion port. This is for linking to a second system or to a manual transfer station. Now, yes, it has two large 3-inch wheels. You guys can roll across most surfaces. And I'm going to say it most. I found out that sand, sand's too soft. It likes to drag. Don't do sand. Now, with it, your charge times, we already talked about those. What could you run, guys? You guys could run quite a bit. You guys can see the full size when I move the camera out there. And how easy it is. I mean, I'm moving it on carpet, just manhandling it. You guys can do it with the handle without a problem. So, it has those handles. Now, with the capabilities of what we want to run, we could run, let's say, I'm going to say a 1500 watt AC can run for at least 2.5 hours. 2 to 3 days with a 100 watt refrigerator or 200 watt refrigerator for a little over 2.5 days. Most of your standard non-smart refrigerators are in that range. For those of you that have the smart Samsungs with the big digital display, the separate water dispenser, and the ice machines, you're going to have a lower runtime with that. Just go in there. If you want to 120 hours with a 5 watt light bulb, your dishwasher or your washer machine should give you about 5 runs off of this device fully charged without an issue. For the ones that are just wanting to run backyard equipment, go ahead and do so with that as well. You have the standard 5-year warranty with this. It has the Therm Duro technology, so minus 4 degrees all the way up to about 113 plus degrees for you. LifePo4 cells, yet again, over 6,000 charge cycles for the first 10 years, whichever comes first, and then you'll have about 70 to 80% after that left of the battery. Now, it's endless, guys. We can run a lot more of this. I'm just giving you guys in general stuff. I mean, if you really wanted to, you guys could do like electric oven, coffee makers. You could do your flat screen TV for over 40 hours. You could do, what else could we do? 43 laptop charges, maybe 86 to 90 hours with a Wi-Fi router, 70 tablets. If you want to do your lawnmowers, electric lawnmower, anywhere from 1100 to 2200 watts, maybe 3.5 hours of runtime with that, depending on which variation of the power station you're using. Water pumps, hand drills, you guys name it, go ahead and do it. This is a beautiful one. $1,600 today, normally $2,800 price tag. Again, use that discount code, the 2026 GenU code. Get another 5% off the top of that. If you want to get the 1,600 with, or the 3,600 with 2 solar panels, it's a $2,400 price tag. You're still saving about $35. You're going to get 2 of the 200 watt panels, but it's a little bit more for you, but you guys could do it. I'm going to always tell you guys, though, get the package deal, get the full kit. They have the big kit, guys. It's going to be the battery, the station, 2 solar panels. There is a 49% discount if you guys click it on the Amazon page. So you guys will get about 49% off of it at checkout. Then again, use that 5% discount code we have for you as well. Save a few more bucks. So you guys can get those options. It's an amazing station. Very, very well done station. So any questions about the 3600, go ahead and ask. We are always here to answer. I'm going to move it out of the way because we're going to move it into a bigger power station coming up. And the bigger power station, guys, is a beast in its own right. And there's a reason for it. I'm going to take a sip of water, though. How's everybody's new year going? We have another new product coming up in a minute, too. If you guys haven't seen, we're showing you guys 2 brand new products today. We showed you the 1500 Ultra, the first waterproof power station from Jackery. We're also going to show you guys another new product coming up soon, so hopefully you guys will enjoy that one. Unfortunately, I don't have that one on hand, but we are going to talk about it, show it off. Now, the next station I'm going to get is going to be the 500. It is a little bit bigger, so I'm bringing it up, of course, a little bit closer for us. Ignore my gray shorts. I forgot to change. We're just going to ignore that James put on gray shorts today. This is the 5000. The Jackery Explorer 5000 is their largest power station to date. It is 130 pounds. It is 5,000 watt hours of power. And it has more connections than any of their other stations that they have created. Now, with this, you have the 4 AC outlets on the front. These AC outlets are going to do 7,200 watts of pure sine wave capability. 12 volt 10 amp DC plug, 3-inch display, 2 100 watt USB-C ports, and 2 18 watt USB-A ports. Now, still has full app control, which is great. I can turn on, see generation, consumption. We can set up, of course, timing where we want to run it off of solar, if we want to run it off of power grid. It will allow us to do that. That means we can set up to where our electric company says peak hours. So during peak hours, they charge you more. With the app, we can set it up to run it off of solar, so we don't have to pay those peak hour times. Now, with this device, you guys are going to have 4 ways of charging, and that's amazingly beautiful. So you do have the multi-port of charging capabilities with this. Now, your charging directions and ways are going to include some extra plugs that you may not have seen on this device. Now, first and foremost, if we spin it around, we have side ports. Now, these side ports may be a little bit hard for you guys to see. I'm going to bring the camera in, and we're going to start off at the top. This is your AC expansion port. Now, your AC expansion port is going to allow you to link it to another 5,000 plus, or it's going to allow you to link to what's called the Smart Transfer Station. Now, the Smart Transfer Station is, of course, this digital system that has 12 individual circuit breakers that can be wired by an electrician to your circuit breaker box on your house. That means you guys can run 12 individual circuits throughout the house, whether it be your hot water tank, your bedroom, your gaming room, let's say your basement, your garage, maybe your refrigerator, or, of course, if you guys have those backup freezers, something like that. With it, that's also going to allow you to charge through that power grid at 4,000 watts of charging. Now, at 4,000 watts of charging, you're going to have under 2 hours of charge time on this device. Under 2 hours is a crazy quick charge time for 5,000 kilowatts of power. Now, 5,000 watt hours of power, 5,000 kilowatts of power is crazy. You're going to have 2 NEMA style plugs, 14-30 and a 14-50. Now, for those of you that know, your hot water tank and, of course, your house dryer or your old school stoves use, of course, the 14-50. Now, these are 120 and 240 volt charging capable. So you have the dual voltage charging capabilities through this device. And that's a really, really amazing idea to have that right there. Now, if I grab it, we spin it to the opposite side, and of course, I'm going to make a lot of noise doing this, but we're going to spin it over here, and we're going to talk about a few more ports of connectability. On the bottom is a battery expansion port, or your DC expansion port. That's going to allow you to link up to 5 batteries. Now, by adding 5 batteries, that's 30 kilowatts of power. By linking through the Smart Transfer Station and 10 batteries, that's 60 kilowatts of power, which is enough power to run your whole home for at least 14 days without a problem. You're also going to have the wall plug charger. Now, the wall plug charger right there is going to allow you to charge at 1,800 watts of charging. Now, at 1,800 watts of charging, you're going to have a little over 3.5 hour charge time. So 3.5 hours is with that, and that's where you're going to be. But it's not a bad charge time at all. Under this panel, which I'm going to rip off, I don't recommend it, but that's what I did for me. You're going to have 2 more ports of connectability. First is going to be your 80-20 low power solar array. So that's going to be like your 500x solar panels, your 200 watt solar panels. It's going to allow you to charge at 1,400 watts. I think it's like 1,200 watts max of charging through that one. And at 1,200 watts charging max, it's going to be a 5-hour charge time. Now at 5 hours, that's 1,000 kilowatts of power in an hour, which is decent for those of you that need to do that. But if you have the large solar arrays, and here's where it's going to be cool. If you guys are watching CES, you guys know that they just dropped that new solar panel array for your house. You guys can charge it 4,000 watts by swapping it over and using the high power solar array for this. That's going to give you guys, again, under 2 hours of charge time, a little over an hour and a half with this. This thing is meant to run your whole home and do it with a styling fashion. Now, I'm going to say the price tag, guys. This is about $3,000 today. So it is a little bit spendier. Normally, it's like, I think it's like $4,300 normally. It's a 30% savings. You guys can use the discount code if you need to. Again, you guys can get it with the 500X for about $3,500 if you want to. Another great price point as well. So that's your larger stations. Now, what we're going to do is we're going to go into a little bit of different gear. We're going to move up. I'm going to go way up there. That is their original 500. Now, the original 500, guys, is 518 watt-hours of power in a 13-pound package for $300. Normally, it's a $500 price tag. It's like a 40% savings. You're going to have the beautiful 500-watt pure sine wave AC outlet plug that can do 1,000 watts surge. You're going to have 3 USB-A ports, plus a flashlight on the side. Now, your charge time is going to be about 5.5 hours with this device. 5.5 hours on a wall plug, 5.5 hours on a cigarette lighter adapter, 7.5 hours with the 100-watt solar panel. But it will allow you to run your flat screen TV, of course, for about 7 hours. Your mini cooler, 9 hours. 30 hours with the laptop. But at a $300 price tag, you have a 13-pound power station that can be taken wherever you really want to. If you want to get the 500, though, you guys can get the 500 with the 100-watt solar panel for about $470, which is amazing. It's phenomenal, and it's going to do very, very well for you guys. Now, what I'm going to tell you is, though, they created a new 500, the 500 V2. Now, unfortunately, I don't have the 500 V2 in front of me, so we're going to show you guys this beautiful little product page here. This is the 500 V2. It's a 12-pound power station, a little over 12.5 pounds. 512 watt-hours of power in this beautiful little mini power station. I mean, look how it looks. Now, you're going to have the flashlight that's going to do the 3 modes of lighting. You're going to have the 12-volt 10-amp plug. You're going to have 2 AC outlets, which is a step up from the other one. 500 watts of pure sine wave power. Can peak at 1,000 if you need to. You're going to have one 100-watt USB-C port, one 30-watt USB-C port, and an 18-watt USB-A port. Now, you can switch it into what's called energy saving mode by a switch on the front if you want. Now, this is actually really kind of cool. Let's grab this size right here. 12 inches by 6 inches tall by 8 inches deep. Again, 6,000 charge cycles for the first 100% battery. Then about 70 to 80%. Well, they show about 70% with this one, which is great. I give you guys a 70 to 80% because some are a little bit different than the other with the chemical mixtures. Capabilities with this. You guys can use it as an uninterrupted bypass switch. So you guys can plug it into the wall, plug your devices into it. You're going to have a 10 milliseconds of switchover with this one. Charge time with it is about 52 minutes to about 80%. So you're going to have about an hour for a full charge with this one. If you guys want to do solar charging, you guys can do that. If you want to do DC charging, you can do that as well. So that is, of course, that new 500 solar station. That station's going to be great. It's going to allow you to do about 24 cell phone charges, 18 hours with the car refrigerator, 9 hours with the pedestal fan. That's going to be like your 45-watt house fan. Maybe 4 to 5 laptop charges or much, much more. Now, with, of course, this station, it's about $359 for that new 500 V2, which is a great deal. Honestly, $359, phenomenal deal, perfect little price point, definitely worth checking out. Now, we have about 10 minutes left. We're going to kind of get into solar panels with this one because they did add a few solar panels to show you guys. First and foremost is going to be the Mini 40. So the Mini 40 is about $99 today. For those of you that like to travel, go camping, or all the other sorts, the Mini 40 is going to be a great option for you. Now it's got a 23% efficiency in converting light to air. It's going to allow us to, of course, fold it up and move it. So you guys got this beautiful little solar panel. Pop it open and you're greeted with an amazing little panel that's fully waterproof and water resistant. The Mini 40 solar panel is going to be great for the smaller stations, from like the 240D to the original 240s, the 300s. You could use it on the 500 if you want to. It's just going to be a longer runtime with that. Waterproof, water resistant, but it's 2.5 pounds of weight at $99, guys. The Mini 40 is an amazing little solar panel. At 2.5 pounds, you can put this in a backpack, not notice it's there. Better part is it's only 12 inches tall, 10 inches wide, and a ½ inch thick at its thickest point. And at $99, that is a great, great price tag to be had. Now, we also have the 100-watt solar panel. Now, the 100-watt solar panel, or the bifacial solar saga, is a beautiful panel. Now, this is a larger panel that's going to, of course, still have that IP68 rating. So it's still fully waterproof, water resistant. This one's about 34% off today, so you guys have a nice price point. Now, bifacial charging means you're going to get a solar charge from both sides of this panel. You have that blue side. You're going to have kickstands. You're going to have, of course, snap rings with this. And then you're going to have an amazing inner side. Now, if you guys want to see how long that panel truly is, it is over 60 inches long. So you have a nice long panel. This panel is going to get most of its charging from the front side. Now, with, of course, the back side, that's going to allow you to get that nice reflective charging with this. Now, 24 to 25% efficiency in low light settings, 100% in that. Lightweight capabilities, it's about $197.99, which is a great price tag for this. This thing's amazingly well done. Now, with it, guys, capable of being taken anywhere on the go. It does come with a 10-foot cable, so you don't have to worry about getting a cable. It comes with the 8020 adapter, comes with the 7909 adapter, and you guys can use this in the rain, the snow, a dust storm. If you guys are in the desert and it gets dirty, wash it off the hose. Don't worry about it. It's going to be totally fine. Do tie it down, though, because the snap rings, it's going to be like a kite, guys. You do not want it to fly away. You just want to protect it and all of that other cool stuff. Now, we have the big brother, the 200 as well. The Jackery Explorer 200 is a larger solar panel with this one. You guys can see it in the video. This is going to be over 90 inches long with this one. You're going to have bifacial charging, just like the 100-watt panel we just showed you. The same 10-foot cable with the 8020 and 7909 adapter on it. It's going to have a USB-C and a USB-A port, so if you guys plug in the solar panel and you want to charge your phone just off the solar panel, go ahead and do so. It's got a USB-C port and USB-A port. Again, fully waterproof, water resistant. This is about $379 today for this solar panel. Not a bad deal, honestly. They used to be about $600 when they first came out. So at $379, you're saving quite a bit with this one. Now, the efficiency on this is going to be about 26.7% efficient in the low light settings. So for the people in the Pacific Northwest, if you guys have overcast skies, you're going to get about 27% right there. So that's great. For, of course, those of you in the desert, you in California, you guys are going to get 100% light. Don't have to worry about it. You guys are going to be great. Unfold it, set it up at a 25-degree angle, connect it up to your bigger stations, your smaller stations, and allow it to charge. And it has enough, of course, length that it will get that sun perfectly good for you. It even has a built-in sunlight angle indicator for those of you that need that. Just angle it at the sun and you're going to be good to go. Now, we have, of course, 2 more solar panels to show you guys today. We're going to talk about, I'm going to see if I can do this properly, because we do have this a little bit out of order for me. I'm going to set one to the one side. But this is a larger panel. This is a 100-watt prime. Now, the 100-watt prime is their fully tempered glass solar panel meant to be permanently mounted on, let's say, the roof of your house, your motorhomes, your RVs. Now, bifacial charging still, so you guys are good. Fully waterproof, water resistant. Fully metal housed. On the metal housing, you're going to have 12 pre-drilled individual holes. It's going to allow you to, of course, connect up to the 4 Z brackets that come with it. Self-tapping screws, nuts, and bolts. Has a 10-foot cable permanently built in, and it's an Anderson clipped in, so you guys can actually use the Anderson clips splitters with this. Now, this one is actually 100. What was that? What did I miss, Phil? Phil posted something. But it comes with an adapter. Now, the adapter on this one is going to be the 7909, but there is an 8020 adapter as well that I have that can connect up to this. Now, fully waterproof, water resistant, so you guys can set this out in the rain and all of that. The price isn't low. Yeah, it's not. You have to click on it. Now, with this, guys, this is an amazing panel. It's going to do very, very well. It does come with all the mounting hardware. You just got to find the place to mount it. And remember, 25-degree angle is the optimal angle for that. Now, the one I am glad and happy that we get to show you guys. This is going to be a $300 solar panel. Now, this $300 solar panel is for a reason, and you guys are going to love this panel. This is what's called the 100 Light solar panel. Now, I'm going to grab this, and you guys are going to see that I'm going to hide away with this. Now, you guys can see right here. Look how thin this panel truly is. This panel is probably thinner than cardboard. I'm just going to go there. It's probably thinner than cardboard. But it is, of course, bendable. So I can bend this panel to shape it to a point. Of course, you guys can see the arch right there. It does have, of course, the snap rings all the way around. Guys, these rings are allowing you to tie it down. Bifacial charging. So you guys have the reflective side, which is this blue side. On the opposite side is going to be the monocrystalline black side. The panel is nicely sized with this, of course. You guys can see the link. But the cabling is different than some of the others. It is a flat cable. With the flat cable, we can hide the cable better, we can run these better, and we don't have to worry about it. It is, again, Anderson clipped end with, of course, the adapter, the 8020 and the 7909 adapter. Now, I have the 8020 adapter on this. This is going to allow me to connect it into, of course, any of my solar stations. Now, with this, it's a 25% efficiency in converting light to power in the low light settings. Fully waterproof, water resistant. Can be used in, of course, that minus 4-degree weather up to, of course, Arizona degree weather if you guys need to. The Arizona people know what I'm talking about. This is the $300 panel, guys. This is an amazing panel that's going to do very, very well for you. So if you need to, one sec. There must have been dust on this or something. I just started coughing. So the 100 Prime and the 100 Light, guys, are amazing little panels that's going to do well for you in all of those needs. Now with that, guys, we showed you guys a nice lineup of products. We showed you guys the new 1500 Ultra. If you guys want to get a nice little quick look at that again, we'll show you guys right here. That is that fully waterproof, water-resistant solar station. That's coming in about $900 today. The normal price tag for that's going to be about $1,300, but we got a $900 price tag. So definitely worth checking it out if you guys need. With that being said, that's the end of our show. I want to thank everybody for hanging out with me. I want to thank everybody, of course, popping in. Now remember, guys, keep your eyes out for Jackery and CES, because they are dropping some killer products. From like the gazebo that's got solar panel roof. Of course, they are dropping some of the other amazing stuff like the 500 watt station. Of course, the 1500 Ultra. They also drop those beautiful tiles that are going to be solar tiles for your roof. They almost look like a clay tile or curvature tile with that as well. So Bunch of amazing things, including the rover robot. So I want to thank everybody for hanging out with me. I hope you guys have a great rest of your evening, and we'll see you guys on the next show. Later, everybody.